And we are back to the Man Camp Podcast, episode 8. Yeah, man, we took a long layoff, a little long layoff, from our Black Power series that we had going on last month. But we're back, man, with some fresh new content for you guys, man. And yeah, so what's going on, man? How you been doing, man?
Everything is cool, man. I've been lately I've been into my I've been off into my American militia
Man.
training and stuff like that. I really think I missed my calling, man. I really think I was supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, like working for the CIA or something like that.
FBI
Like,
agent, something like that?
no, FBI, that's just too like that's too out there, you know what I'm saying? I was supposed
Okay.
to be like, you know what I'm
Like,
saying,
like,
some go wrong in another country and then they send me over there and
like
then I
like
come back and
like
they
like
issue
like
me
Michael
something.
B. Jordan, but I were more to something like that, something like that, man.
Nah. He was in a uniform and everything. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
they just,
Understandable.
throw me over there by myself, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I just come and handle some stuff and I come back and everything is cool.
But yeah, man, how's your mental health doing? We like do a mental health check every time we get on, man, because as men, we don't check on each other's mental health enough. We can be going through stuff in silence and don't nobody know about it. So, I just want to make sure I'm being a friend and asking about your mental health, brother. How's your mental health going?
It's cool. I ain't gonna lie, I did have a little issue that I was pissed about. I want to say I mentioned it to you last week. Like, I really feel like as a society, we, we have to start looking at things for what they are. And when I
Mm-hmm.
say that, I mean, I ain't gonna go around about it. I'm just say it out, just straight like that. I spend a lot of time with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
If you know me, you know I'm usually with my kids. My kids is around. I have them throughout the day.
You're a great dad, brother.
Doctor's visits, all that
Hashtag
crap.
dad goes.
So my parenting got called into question
Oh.
recently, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. Somebody I was talking to, a few people I was talking to, assumed that that my daughter had went out her way to spend some time with me, and I'm like, if anything, she'll want to get away from me. She with me all the damn time. Like, we've been, like, through the whole pandemic, it's been me and her at home. And then on the weekends, guess who with her? Me. You know what I'm saying? So it was, I ain't like that. That shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So aside from that, I'm cool. Everything is straight. But yeah, that kind of pissed me off, man.
Well, I feel like my mental health is around an 8-ish. Been going through some things lately, but brother bounced back. My son started football already. That's a great thing, man. Just like his pops. So
Mhm.
just being an involved dad, being at practice every day, making sure he's good. But I say at 8, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm doing much much better. You know.
Mhm.
So still got the book out. Still pushing the book. My audio book, man lessons, 12 short lessons that every young man should know before he goes into manhood. Just keeping it moving, man. Trying to get man camp off the ground. I already got my nonprofit paperwork filled out and it's paid for. So just waiting for it to come back so I can start, applying to grants and everything. But yeah, man, everything is good, man. Can't complain, man.
I want to mention something about the book too. The book, one thing I like about it is it's a kind of what I'll refer to as like a seasonal read. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not one of those books that you read it one time and then you just go on to, something else. Like, that's a
Mm-hmm.
book that you could read a couple times a year, every year, because you need those refreshers. And sometimes certain rules or certain lessons apply to your life a little more depending on what you may be going through. So that's one of the things I really like about the book. It's one of those things. It's one of those books that you keep in your back pocket. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. So
I
it's a
appreciate it,
great.
brother. I really do, man. I really do, man. You know, it's all love, man. It was all love written in that book, man, and everything I learned, you know, in that process, you know, and and I really, you know, gave my all to it. You know what I'm saying? And being an author is always my dream anyway. So you know,
Mhm.
so that's something that I've accomplished over this year, man. That I have to say that I am proud of. So you know, but let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's hop into some of these topics, man. All right. So, what was your thoughts about the finals, man? What that I know that happened a couple weeks ago, but what were your thoughts about the finals, man?
It was cool. It was definitely cool to see two new teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like they didn't disappoint as far as the effort that they gave,
Mm-hmm.
and the competitiveness of it. Because a lot of people felt like it was going to be a bad finals because it wasn't the typical stars we was looking.
LeBron against anybody. You know,
Yeah,
the ratings are gonna go to the toilet because you know LeBron
right.
won in it. This is the first year he ain't been in it since 10
Yeah,
years. You
I
know,
want to say, what is it?
he been in nine straight
Kobe,
finals.
Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, or Steph has been in like every final since I don't know when. Like it's been one of them. So
Yep.
one of those four. So, but
Mm-hmm. Or and Tim Duncan.
yeah, Tim. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was good. It was cool to see. I wish there wasn't so many injuries though. And this,
Yeah.
I mean, and that happened every year. That's not really
Mm-hmm.
an excuse. It's always somebody getting hurt, and it determined how the finals,
Mm-hmm.
go or something like that. But this year, it was just a lot of
Oh
injuries.
yeah, and it really affected the play too. You know, but I mean, let's talk about Chris Paul for a second, man. Chris Paul. I feel like he choked personally. I feel like he choked. Like you ain't gonna get a better opportunity in this one to win your ship, man. Like it, you don't get a better opportunity to do it, and you missed out on it. Like you know, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's still a top five point guard in my eyes. I would say he's number five. You know, out of the top five, but you know, without a title, he can't seem past number five to me. You know, he's nowhere near Magic. He's nowhere near Isaiah. He's nowhere near um who else? Magic,
Oscar,
Isaiah, who?
Oscar.
Oscar Robertson was a point
Yeah.
guard.
Yep.
Hmm, didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought he was a small forward or something like, or a shooting guard. But yeah, he'll never ascend past five if he doesn't win a championship. And I feel like you know, like you know, people were saying that he. I read something today talking about he might be joining the Lakers, but you know, him and the GM in Phoenix saying they're gonna run it back, but they got to get better. You know, they got to get better. They got to get more depth on the team. But you know, the one thing I hate about sports analysts is this, man. It's like they really crowned Giannis like
Mm-hmm.
Giannis wasn't already good. Like all of a sudden now he's the best player in the world. When we were just talking about Kevin Durant being the best player in the world, like come on, man.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a time where we didn't have that because I mean, they did the same thing with Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, to me, that was the biggest reach they ever did because it was like he was a bounce of the ball away from not even going to the conference finals.
Mm.
And then you get past Milwaukee in the conference finals, and you get to the NBA finals, and you got two of their stars is out. So it's like, how is y'all feeling comfortable saying this guy's the best player in the league? But
Yep.
I mean, I feel like it's a script for that. Like, we gotta say that because this was gonna work. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I give Giannis a lot of credit. I give him a
Mm-hmm.
lot of credit. With all the credit that I give him, though, being honest, you didn't get the best. You didn't get the best Brooklyn, and you also didn't get the best team coming out the West. I feel like the Suns played great, but they overachieved in a sense of.
Oh yeah, I mean, from not making the playoffs to going to the finals in 1 year is a lot.
Yeah, like, and it's like it was kind of like the survival of the healthiest this year. You know what I'm saying? Whatever team was able to stay healthy the most, that's who was gonna win. So,
because I mean, I thought Milwaukee was done when Giannis went down, man. When he went down with the hyperextended knee, I thought he was done. I thought they were done. I was like, yeah, stick a fork in them.
yep.
You know.
But then Trey went down, so that
exactly. Then Trey went down. Yep. Next topic. Our good old friend Dame Dash is trying to sell his portion of Rockefeller. I'm sorry, not Rockefeller, but Reasonable Doubt as an NFT, a non-fungible token. And he was saying that Jay-Z lowballed him with $1.7 million for his third of the album,
right?
So Jay can own his own all of the rights to his first album. So you know, all of that went into the deal when they originally sold Rockefeller. You know, so you know, and they ended up giving Def Jam ended up giving it right back to Jay. So, what are your thoughts about that? You know, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's a money play with Dame because it just seems like, I mean, is it good business? A little bit, because he's trying to drive the price up. He's trying to drive the price up. That he originally got 1.7 offered to him, but if he sells it as an NFT, he's gonna get a higher bid from anybody trying to acquire it. So
and he'll also continue to get money if they sell it. Like, that's how NFTs work. So is like you said, it is a money play. If I'm Jay, I'm trying to sell it. I'm trying to buy it for as low as possible also, because like I said, it being an NFT, it's like whenever it gets sold again, you get money from it. The original owner gets money from it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be trying to lowball it as well. I hate that is at this point. But yeah, I mean, he within his right. So shit, let him do whatever you got to do with that piece of it.
But you know, as we always say, you know, friends, how many of us have them? You know, so you know, it's kind of a messed up thing to me personally, you know, because I mean, you know, these guys built something together, and now they aren't even friends anymore, you know. So, but business is business. So, you know, whenever money gets involved, sometimes you know people get kind of iffy, to say the least.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Let's say I'm Jay-Z, right?
Okay.
And you Dame.
Okay.
And it's
This is a bad
19
example already, but go ahead.
it's 1990 whatever, or it's 2000 and whatever. And I come to you and I say, hey, Dame, I'm tired of you being in my videos trying to show me up. I'm tired of you spending Rockefeller money the way that you be spending it. I'm tired of you fucking on the females that I be having sometime. So check this out. I ain't really with that no more. Either you can A, clean your act up, or B, let's just go ahead and dissolve this thing. How do you think, like, what would your response be?
I don't think it would have been a good reaction either way. You know, it wouldn't have been, it would have been the same thing. And I think Jay-Z had to make the move he had to make, because if he didn't, it would have, it would have honestly been the same thing. He had to make that move, or he would have, or it would have been a way for Dame to wiggle out of it. So, we all saw what happened. We all saw, that Dame and Jay's relationship went down the toilet because of your Cameron coming to the Rock. But I don't know. I mean, I personally believe that it would have been the same reaction. You know.
Yeah. I feel like I've always felt like, man, for y'all to come together and build what y'all built,
Mm.
it should have been handled way better than that.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then
mean.
I asked myself, like, how could it have worked?
Hmm.
And now it's just like, oh yeah, I see why Jay did what he did.
Hmm.
Um, cause yeah, Dame had Jay came to him like I just came to you, Jay wouldn't be in a position that he in right now.
There's also controversy going on with the baby in his comments that he made at Rolling Loud.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said, put your cell phones up if you what do you say, if you ain't got AIDS.
If you ain't got AIDS or
AIDS or
HIV,
HIV and stuff like that. Like what? Like where did that come from? But
that's
in
a weird way to intro a song, man.
a real weird way, real weird
Yeah.
way. And then he also went into defaming the LGBTQ plus, yeah, community by saying men servicing other men in the parking lot. So so hey, I mean I read his comments. I read his the comment that he came out with, and it's like it just wasn't needed. It just wasn't needed at all. And with the cancel culture the way it is, like you can't say those things and get away with it. You can't.
I'm just tripping out. That's a wild way to intro the song.
Hmm.
Like DJ, turn that shit up. Yeah. Put a cell phone light up there if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot. Like, whoa, fam, fam, fam. What the what like what is you doing?
Exactly.
Man, dog, but cats be weird.
Yeah.
Cats be weird. But like I always say, the thing I love about cancel culture is that everybody is getting it. It's fair because it ain't fair to nobody. Like,
Hmm.
nigga, everybody, every and anybody can get called out for their shit right now.
Hmm.
And if a I hate to feel like this, but if a couple people got to take some strays in order for the majority of everybody who need to get they straightening to get they straightening, then it's just like, all right, well, fuck it. Then that's what
Like
it's got to be.
the one thing that I have to say that I don't like about cancel culture is when they try to go back and then try to go back 10 and 15, 20 years into
Mm-hmm.
somebody's past and then say, like Eddie Murphy Raw, for example, quote unquote. He talked a lot about gay people, and then they were trying to say like he was homophobic, but society was different then. You can say the F word. You can say, you can talk about, I mean, and Live in Color, for example, men on film, like, you can make fun of people, but,
Mm-hmm.
that was when society was completely different, and I don't think they would say that now. And then you're trying to take away everything they built because of something they've done 25 years ago, which is kind of a effed up thing to do, because I mean, I kind of felt like that with the whole, Kevin Hart situation when they went back and found some old tweets that he did, and he was like, "Hey, I walk away from the Oscars because I'm not gonna allow anyone to, hold me to something that I said in jest years ago, you know. But
I
you
feel
know,
like you should at least try to check somebody's track record.
mm-hmm.
Them saying some 20 years ago, typically, if you homophobic, if you racist, if you sexist, it ain't gonna stop there. You gonna keep finding those breadcrumbs of you feeling like that, doing that, saying that type of stuff. So if that's the situation, then by all means. But if that's something somebody said, a few years back, and you could tell like maybe they've evolved as a person and they don't feel like that no more, or they maybe got educated, then yeah, just charge it to immaturity. But
But,
um
but what I do love, I'm not gonna lie to you, is when they go back and find old tweets for draft picks. Like that is always funny. That is always funny. Like you said something when you were 16, 17, 18 years old, and it was racist, and you play a black sport, and you got a bunch of black teammates. Like I don't know how that goes down in the locker room, but it'd be like, all right.
man, these man NFL players are some of the softest motherfuckers ever. Dude. They be letting all kind of shit fly for real. It's so ingrained in the culture, in the name of team and family and all this bullshit. It'd be like, fam, especially if
I
you
swear it's
like,
not COVID. I swear it's not COVID.
if you I ain't saying let anybody slide, but my
Mm.
point being this: Drew Brees say some wild shit, and it's kind of like, damn, it's Drew Brees. Like this, our
Mm.
quarterback. This an MVP. This guy really da 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 da. They'll let a no name motherfucker say some shit, and it'd be like, who?
Like,
Get
like,
the
like,
fuck out!
like Riley Cooper, for example. Remember that with the
Bitch,
Philadelphia Eagles, like, and he got a contract extension after that. Like,
I would throw
what?
you in the laundry
Like,
bin
in the
right now. Who the fuck is you? Like, that's yeah,
he didn't
that
have any
shit.
stats at all. Any stats at all. He would just. I don't get it. I don't get why the Eagles gave him an extension after that debacle. But then they tried Mike Vick out there like, go ahead, nigga, absolve the white boy for us. We know we took you back into the league. You
There's no point in time where you giving a contract extension like that to somebody who at one point was the fourth wide receiver on your roster. At one point, this man was the fourth guy, and y'all like, no, man, it ain't
gave him
for
like
what?
30. I think that's something like $30 million, something like that. Like
Like
what?
for what?
Like
But
what?
that's the culture of the NFL. That's why I say they soft as fuck in the NFL. Like they be letting all type of shit fly, man. So I don't even.
I mean, like it's funny you talk about Cole Beasley. Oh Lord, you talking about he the best slot receiver in the NFL. Like what? Like Tyreek Hill,
Hey,
Tyreek
hey,
Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill don't exist, bro. Really?
let's say that's the truth, okay? Let's say he the best slot in NFL. So fucking what? You a slot, bitch? Like, no, like that's like saying you, like Jay said, that's like saying you the tallest midget. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are they gonna do? Cut the best slot in the bit? Look at your weak. Like, do you really think they can't find somebody else to do what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I'm gonna tell you this: against somebody's third best corner, or
Mm-hmm.
against somebody's nickel corner,
Or
or against
safety. Or safety.
a safety
Mm-hmm.
that's 10 to 15 yards back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting on some cleats right now and I'm busting their ass flat. Cause I'm a slot. I'm only gonna get maybe 5, maybe 6 targets again. Oh, you think I ain't got 5 or 6 in me right now? Bitch, you crazy. I will, but your safety 10 yards, 15 yards back. Yeah, all right, good luck.
You're
So,
playing against the third corner every game.
man, yeah, like don't brag about that shit. You ain't nothing but I ain't even gonna say, but yeah, Cole Beasley, eat a dick, man.
So what did you think about all the movie critics talking about Space Jam movie? It was actually good to me personally. I had to watch it twice because I had to watch it with the kids and I had to watch it by myself. So, you know,
I will give Mike the nod. He's a smidge better actor than LeBron.
I think they both are horrible.
No, absolutely. But I give Mike the edge a little bit. LeBron spent the majority of the movie looking at his fucking hands. Every time some shit was like, oh, I'm in the game. What the fuck is going? Oh shit. Oh damn. We like, yeah, that was the majority of the movie. Brown, but yeah, I agree. Both of them niggas was trash actors. But Space Jam 2 storyline to me was better. The way that they tied in his son wanted to play video games, they playing in the video game, all that shit, that was pretty cool. And of course, just the whole you know, the graphics, the direction, all of that.
The graphics were amazing.
Cool. Everybody else did a good job as far as acting wise. It was cool, but it's a kids movie. Hey, Pete, John Sally say, man, the reason why Warner Brothers is doing this movie is so they could, he's like, at the time, Michael Jordan was the biggest thing in China. So they did the Space Jam movie to introduce the Warner Brothers cartoon characters to the Chinese audience. He said, fast forward right now, guess who's the biggest thing in China?
LeBron James.
So he said they doing the same thing. Now, this is crazy because I'm working down here today. I come upstairs. Guess what my kids is watching? Fucking Warner Brothers cartoons, bro.
They watching Bugs Bunny?
Like now yes. Now that they seen the Space Jam movie and they seen all the characters.
Because honestly, like, you know, Bugs Bunny wasn't even in anybody's like lexicon the last 15, 20 years. Like, I mean,
exactly.
You know, it all turned from you know, cartoons went from being kid shows to almost adult cartoons. You know, like you got Family Guy, you got adult, you got Rick and Morty, you got, you know, the Boondocks, which I love the most. You know, wish it would have come back because, you know, it's a lot of funny stuff that's going on in the Black community right now that I know they would address.
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that. You know, American Dad, stuff like that. Family Guy. You know, The Simpsons still going strong after 40 years of being on TV. You know, so, you know, but I just feel like there hasn't been any cartoons like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can understand completely them trying to reintroduce those you know, those characters to everybody. You know, at the same time, you know, I got to give it up to Malcolm D. Lee, who was the director of the movie. You know, he that's Spike Lee's nephew, and he also directed The Best Man, which is one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world. You know, so
I ain't even know that. I ain't even know he did that.
Yeah.
What's the name of producer in this movie?
Who?
Ryan
Coogler. Yeah, he was. Ryan Coogler was a producer in this movie, executive producer.
Man, that's what's up.
I feel like this. Like, LeBron, you did a great job at getting Black people jobs. Like, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, using your power greatly. Like if we ever want to talk about who's a better person, it's always gonna be LeBron than Michael Jordan. Like, Michael Jordan's kids wasn't even in the first Space Jam. Like, he didn't even talk about his family at all. We know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he had what's the name? Was his wife in that mud though, looking amazing.
Who?
Leela Rashad was in the first Space Jam. Yeah,
she was.
Yep.
Leela Rashad, what's his wife?
Go check the tape.
I gotta check. I guess so. I don't know.
Speaking of family, though, what about your step pops, man? Let's talk about your step pops, Kevin Samuels, man. let's talk about Kev, man. How you feel about that situation going on?
Hey, it's a messed up thing. they're talking about the change.org thing, the petition to have him removed from YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's basically it sounds like a lot of yammering from women who feel disrespected in a lot of ways, because as we all know, women are not told the truth at all ever. We know that. So that's just a fact, you know. And he's telling them the honest, brutal truth. But at the same time, when you say that he's creating an enclave of men that are against women, I don't think that's what's going on. I don't see no men, you know, uh, doing anything unscrupulous to women. They're just voicing their opinion, you know. So what do you think,
Man,
man?
I think if it's a group who wants to get rid of him, it definitely should be like incel like men, because
Hmm.
the one thing people don't talk about is as honest or brutal as he is to women, he's as or worse to men.
Oh yeah.
Those videos don't go viral, but he be going off, man. He told this one cat, because like he'd tell a woman, he'd say, you almost 40, you overweight, and you got 2 kids. What make you feel like you should get a 6-figure man?
Hmm.
But he'd tell a dude, he told old boy on this one show, he said, you fat, you got a little dick, and you broke. What make you think a woman should even talk to you? Like that's how
Exactly.
he go. That's how he talked to
That's
men.
that exactly.
So like, but men, that shit just like damn. Like a dude to be on some old like, damn, you right. Let me go get my shit together.
Hmm.
Or we just feel like, all right, I ain't subscribing to that. Let me go on about my business. We
Hmm.
don't try to shut him down, because of what he's saying, but it's that's interesting in itself, and it's also interesting that his credentials get called into play when he says something that people don't agree with. But when y'all man's Derek Jackson was talking that talk, nobody said
Ah,
like, is he qualified to tell
aha.
me that I deserve everything and these men ain't nothing and they need to get out the way if they not ready for a real one. Nobody questioned his credentials, you
Nobody.
know.
Nobody questions the credentials at all
You you
because he
you
was
gotta
trying.
be you gotta be you gotta be skeptical of the prophet who only deliver good news. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh wow.
So
That's a bar right there, bro. That's a bar.
so
Bar.
I just found that real interesting that nobody questioned, nobody was trying to see what school he went to, was he gay or not, all of that stuff. But like soon as Kevin Samuel say what he say, it's just let me see what his grade point average is. Let me see how much he make. Let me see how long he been married. And it's just like, fam, if you don't agree with it, if you ain't messing with it, just
Hmm.
do this. Just your thumb. It's your thumb right here. Just scroll. That's all you gotta
That's
do.
all I gotta do. Keep scrolling,
Just
brother.
hit that
Keep
motherfucker
scrolling.
one
Keep scrolling.
time, and
Keep scrolling. That's all I
boom.
gotta do, man. I mean, because he got 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
1 million. So it has to be more than just men subscribing. It's got to be women too. And
No,
and the only people that call this show are women.
them women be wanting to get talked to crazy because it's just like
Hmm.
you know the skull. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what he on, but yeah, that's wild. I honestly don't feel like he need to be as brutal as he be. I'm a believer of the way you say something matters,
Hmm.
but um
But I feel like familiarity breeds empathy.
yeah.
You got to know somebody to have empathy for them. Like true empathy, not just like, oh, I feel for you.
Yeah.
but true empathy, like, okay, I understand your point of view. I understand where you come from. I factor all the things that may be, you may have a view of me, and that is completely wrong, but that's because of how you grew up or other stuff like that. But when you say things like he's being brutally honest, it's that's all he has to do. That's all he has to go on, really.
Yeah.
And I feel like women, they, I don't know, man. It's kind of a messed up situation, but you just think that a lot of times some of these women want the punishment. Messed up part about it, but
That's why I just stay out of women's business. Hey, y'all feel like that? You know what, baby? You right. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? That's cool. I'm gonna be over here doing what I do. That's what y'all want to go with. Fine. It'll be another uh it'll be another Derrick Jackson that'll pop up within the next, that'll, well, I wouldn't say pop up because it's been a few people that's done, tried to fill a spot, but
oh
it'll
yeah,
be another breakout person
oh yeah.
within the next 6 months to a year. So
hmm
everything will be right with the world by then. But other than
I mean,
that,
they also talking about your boy Umar. I like the way Dr. Umar talked to us. Like, okay.
yeah, I mean, hey, he, just like with most stuff, he knows what to say.
hmm
He knows what to say. He knows the buttons to press.
hmm
So hey, you seen he said he was taking resumes?
Yeah.
Yo,
I was like, bro, like this guy is
when you gonna take
when you gonna take resume
applications
for
for
this
that
school you got, bro?
school,
When you
bitch?
gonna, when you gonna take resumes for people to work at this school you got, bro? Like,
Man.
you talking about like she has to be polyamorous? Did he say that? Like she got to be.
He said because I double up in everything. So yeah, she has to be into poly. I said, whoa.
Whoa, man!
Um,
Let's talk about this cheat code that the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition did this year, because don't nobody know no more models, because there are no more models. There are no more supermodels to be on the cover. Like there's no more Tyra Bankses, there's no more Cindy Crawfords, there's no more Naomi Naomi Campbell's. I talked about this porn star.
yeah, yeah. Hey, Naomi Banks, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's one of them ones. That's one of them ones.
See what it was, man. What it was.
Man, Naomi Banks, one of them ones for real.
Yeah, but anyway, get off that subject.
Yeah.
but yeah, that was it was a cheat code by putting Megan on the cover. I mean, she's the hottest thing out right now. And then they put Naomi Osaka on there, and they put somebody else on there. I don't know who the other chick was,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a cheat code to me personally. It was like, okay, let's put regular celebrities on a cover and do a feature on them. And I was like, cheat
And it's
code.
gonna and it's gonna sell. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you, they in the wrong pool. They used to be going after these supermodels and stuff. All they gotta go is go to IG. You
That's
go to
all they gotta do,
IG,
man. IG is right. Is
put your
right.
favorite joint on there, and it'll sell the same way. Like, come on.
Yep. You know.
And that's because um modeling the traditional way that we know about, it was like it was kind of like being an NFL player. Like,
Mm-hmm.
unless you was at the top, like you weren't making no bread for real. Like now, it's a female that you don't even know who, bringing in 20K a month just straight from her phone. So yeah, it's just a different game. But yeah, that's what they need to do. They must got they got some dinosaurs over there at Sports Illustrated. You can
Oh
go
yeah.
on and slide over to IG, hit
Oh
that
yeah.
explore page real quick, and you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, it won't be no problems with that issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So finally, man, we gonna get on this Simone Biles situation, man.
Word.
It's kind of I've noticed everybody's prioritizing their mental health now. Um, and it makes sense. It makes sense because, they say, mental health is just like your physical health. It's just as important. you
Mm-hmm.
know, uh, and the crazy part about it is like we put so much pressure on athletes, nowadays. I mean, just my thought right now, just thought of, youth sports is completely different than when we played youth sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these kids have to be, I mean, literally, okay. So there's no off season now. Because I think about it. At football season, you go right in the indoor track. Then you go into 7-on-7
Green
practices,
ball.
spring ball, and think about it, if you're playing AAU basketball, you play basketball all year round. So no wonder these kids, when they get to the league, they suck for the first 3 years because they've been playing basketball their whole life. Like, I mean, and the thing about all these specialized coaches people have, and
all
man,
these
it's
all these dumbass drills these new
yeah.
trainers coming up with.
Mhm.
But I say the one thing people don't understand, and this is something a friend of mine brought up because he was talking about how people always talk about grandma and granddad, and comparing and contrasting as to how generations live 2 generations ago versus now. And I'm thinking like people don't like sit back and just think like things are different. So I give you an example. Um, Second or third most points ever in NBA history and a Hall of Famer, Karl Malone. Karl Malone, current day playing right now, would never make it to being the Karl Malone that we know him as with
Never,
the cameras, the eyeballs, the blogs and everything.
never,
He would have never made it to that type of stardom.
never.
Um, I'm gonna stop right there, but I can name about 10 other. No, real talk. I can name about 10 other people in sports and just entertainment, period,
Hmm.
who had they been in this particular era,
Hmm.
as big as they was now, and as much as of an icon they are, to everybody, there'd be nothing if they was in this era because they wouldn't have made it that far because it's cameras on you all the time.
Yep. You
It's
get.
always somebody
It's
who
always
in your
somebody filming
business,
you.
know
Or
your business, saying something about you, writing about you
having an
all
opinion
day
about what
long.
you're doing. And the crazy part about it to me personally is like we still look at athletes as gladiators.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to feel. They're not supposed to have a life. They're not supposed to do anything but what they do. And that's just not true. I mean, that Naomi Osaka, she prioritizes her mental health because of all the things she had to go through with the French Open. I mean, I understand it. You know, uh, you know, Kevin Love was talking about being depressed, and Paul George talking about being depressed. When he was in a bubble. But I mean, I think some of it has to do with COVID as well. We're just we're like for a year and a half, we literally couldn't do a thing. like, and the crazy part about it is like Simone Biles went over to Tokyo where there is confirmed cases of COVID over there.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going through that. So I mean, you don't know what type of anxiety that gave her. You have no idea what type of life that is. We just see the fact that she make money, and she is popular. She's celebrity, and she's supposed to do this and do that. No, no, it's not. It has nothing to do with you know. It has absolutely nothing to do with the way people you know. It's to me personally, it's more about how we think of ourselves a lot of ways, because celebrities, all celebrities have to have that fake, that fake humble story. I was a nerd in high school just to make themselves be relatable. like the one person that can't do that is LeBron James, because everybody saw that he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16 years old, and then he was drafted at 18 as the number one pick in an NBA draft. So I mean, and the crazy part about it is like we just it's a mindset. It's like we all have to find someone that is relatable, but at the same time, these people aren't relatable because of what they do and how they do and all the things they had to sacrifice to be great.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
It's like we assume that like at the end of the day, it's a switch you flip on the back of one of these celebrities or one of these athletes, and then they just power down like a robot or something. And we
Hmm.
stick them in a box, and then okay, it's game time, flip the switch back on, go out there and do your thing. It's like, no, these people are regular people. They humans. They got asses to wipe. They got
Hmm.
kids they gotta feed.
Yeah.
They got grandmas that died just like me and yours. They got regular shit.
Hmm.
We stay out too fucking late and call off work the next day. Like these motherfuckers be and we just go home, we just go and sit at a desk maybe. Or some of us do got manual labor jobs, but still it's not to the degree of I got a hairline fracture. I'm not going to fucking work. I'm not doing no work. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm playing ball, I got a hairline fracture. Motherfuckers gonna be like, "Hey, can you go? Can you go? Come on, man. It's the playoffs. What's up, man? You need the shot? What's up? You
Hmm.
need some cream? You need me to tape it up real good? Okay, you can't go this game. You know what? You right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What about next game? Can you play the next game? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
Right,
that shit
right,
is.
right.
So it's just like the fact that we don't have any empathy for these motherfuckers only because we can say you're getting paid millions of dollars. It's just like, nigga, that don't make the pain go away.
Mm-mm.
That don't fix what's up here.
Not at all. I mean,
So
not one of these in your face 100 times a day. Like not when the camera, like you can't even pick your nose and somebody ain't gonna ain't have the camera on you and be like, oh, look at her picking her nose, and then creating a story around it. They telling to the shade room or something like that.
fam, we
Like
got every single angle of LeBron's ball spot. Every single one. You know what I'm saying?
even the toy, the LeBron James toy, that Happy Meal toy that comes in there got a ball spot. That's
We
funny.
got every single nap on Kevin Durant's head. We done seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no escaping like this celebrity. So it's just like
Mhm.
y'all can't be like as humans on a day to day. Some of the most trivial shit will have us feeling like I need a drink.
Mhm.
I need to smoke some. I ain't going in today. And it's just like, but we expect these athletes to go out here and perform in front of thousands of people on call like that. Like,
Mhm.
nigga, what if I don't feel like hooping on Tuesday? Like, I know it's game day, but what if I don't feel like hooping?
I
What
mean,
if I'm tired?
just think about how many games LeBron James has played in since he's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that. I mean, he's 36 now. He's played in the league for almost 20 years.
Yeah. He almost probably, if not now, it'll be like that when he retired. He gonna probably log the most minutes out of everybody.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? With playoff runs and
Shit, the Olympics. He
Olympic
play. He
Olympic
played the Olympics.
basketball.
I mean, he's played basketball year round for the last 9 years,
Yeah.
literally. You know,
So
he went deep into the playoffs every year, to the finals every year for the last 9 years.
yeah. Like, what if my son going through something right now? Nothing major, but just some bullshit. And I feel like I would much rather be spending some time with him, talking to him. Or what if my daughter, just got in trouble at school, but it's just like I gotta hoop,
Hmm.
or I gotta go kick this ball, or I gotta go run. Like people don't like take that into account, and everything is the big scapegoat is well, you get paid all this money, like bitch, I really don't get paid all the money you think I'm getting
I really
paid.
don't. I got so many people in my pocket. It's so crazy. Like I got state tax, income tax,
Agents,
agents,
accountants,
business
and then
manager.
and then my lawyer and my accountant is in cahoots and they double dipping. Let's talk about that while we want to talk about how stupid athletes is and how they don't know how to manage their money. Like, no, they be getting robbed. That's what that is.
Yep, they
Like
so
it,
do.
it's only so much jewelry and hoes and coke and boats you can get. I should still have 30 million left over. Where that shit at? Like they be getting
Exactly.
robbed. But
Yeah.
we gonna have to have a show about that, bro. Like a whole show dedicated to athletes getting robbed. I swear, like people don't know how common this is, and nobody want to talk about it because it's like a man getting cheated on. He don't want to talk about it because he embarrassed, but
Mhm.
it happens all the time.
Oh
Like
yeah, most definitely. I mean, yeah. I most definitely feel that one, man. But let's wrap this up, man.
for sure, for sure.
Man, it was a good night, man. Appreciate you coming through and listening to us tonight, man. Chop it up. We wanted to keep this episode light, and we wanted to, just give you some content that we haven't been able to give you for the last month, man. So we just wanted to appreciate everybody watching and stick and stay, man. All right, Man Camp Podcast. Stay up.